everyone, it's Donna here from Donna's Creative Corner, and today I have more of the vintage and antique lace bundles. I purchased a large lot of antique laces at an estate sale a while back, and in it were a lot of smaller length pieces. So that's what I've decided to put those into bundles. Most of the pieces are less than 1 yard. There's a few in here that are more than 1 yard, but most are less. Each bundle is $10 plus shipping, and I have 4 bundles that I'm going to show you. And I'm going to try to go through this as fast as I can, but so that the video isn't too long. But I do want you to see the beauty of these really old laces. There's workmanship in these that you don't see these, some of these that you don't see these days. So I'm going to come down a bit closer so you can see the detail. Bundle number 1 is going to have 2 pieces of this lace here. Each piece is about 1 yard, and it is 1 1/4 inches wide, pretty cream, almost a tea-stained color lace. So there's 2 yards of that in bundle 1. There is a piece of, this is a loop. It goes all the way around. It's about 1 yard. If you were to separate it, it'll amount to about 1 yard. This is what it looks like. There is one stain on here, or maybe a couple. There's a kind of a darker one there, and I just saw, where did it go? A really light one there. This one is 3 inches wide, so this is also in bundle number 1. There is 21 inches of this very dainty little lace that you could run some ribbon through maybe. Very delicate, very lightweight, and it is about 1 1/2 inches wide. So you have 21 inches of that. This is another loop. This was removed from something, maybe a pillowcase, possibly. It's a pretty, almost tea-stained color as well. It is about 24 inches. If you were to separate it, there are a couple of spots. Like there's a damaged spot there. See if there are any more. No, yeah, here's another one here, right there. So there's a couple of damaged spots on this one. That's in bundle 1. Also in bundle 1, this one's really pretty. I love this one. This one is 34 inches, so almost 1 yard of this one. It is 1 3/4 inches wide. And it's I believe this is crocheted. Don't know. I don't think there's any damage to this one. This one's in really good shape. So there's 34 inches of that. There's 30 inches of this. It looks almost like a Venice lace that you can run ribbon through, in and out of this one. It is 1 inch wide. It's a cream color. And that's what it looks like close up. Still in bundle 1. This one here is exquisite. Very, very delicate. I believe this is handmade bobbin lace. Look at the detail in that. These little things here are all stitched. Very pretty. This is 42 inches long, so you have over 1 yard of this one, and it's 1 1/2 inches wide. and it's already that gorgeous tea-stained kind of color. All of these bundles are great for your vintage projects, your vintage fabric albums. That is gorgeous. Love that. I'm going to come out on this one. It's nice and wide. It's like a very dark, it's like a brown color. It is crochet because it has the one thread coming off of each side. It looks like they ran out of one color and then started with a different color of thread, because it's two different tones. There is only 21 inches of this one, and it's 3.5 inches wide. Come in a little bit so you can see the work in that. Gorgeous. This one looks very vintage. And lastly, in bundle number 1 is the daintiest tatting I have ever seen. I'm going to have to come real close on this one. It is pink. There is 1 3/4 yards of this, and it's only about 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch. Oops. Oh, I guess I can't come in that close. Little tiny pink tatting. I just can't imagine working with such detail like this. So it's 1 3/4 yards of that, and that was bundle number 1. On to bundle number 2. It starts out with 25 inches of this double. It's folded over. This is what it looks like when you unfold it. I guess you could cut right down the middle and you've got two different lengths of this. It is 2 3/4 inches wide, the half of it. And this is what it looks like up close. You can see the pattern. This, I don't know if this was handmade or machine made. This one might be machine made. If it's handmade, it's probably a bobbin lace, and it is a cream. This one's also kind of a tea stain color. There is a very delicate. This is 19 inches of white, 1 inch wide. I believe this one is a bobbin lace. Very delicate, very soft, very light. So there's a 21 inches of that. This one is a really short piece. It's only about 8 inches long, and it's crocheted, but whoever was working on it, I guess, had at one point planned to continue on, because there's a safety pin holding the stitches there. This is 1 1/4 inches wide, and there's only 8 inches of this one, but threw it in there anyway. This is another small piece. This is 20 inches long. Cream. I believe this is a bobbin lace because there's lots of threads coming off the end here. There is a little damaged spot right there. I think that was the only damage. Well, there's a little bit of flaw in there. So that's in bundle 2. Also in bundle 2, this one's really pretty. It's I believe this one is crochet. I only see one thread coming off the end of it. This one is 20 inches. No. Nope, this one's 1 yard of scalloped lace that is 1/2 an inch, and there is one damaged spot. I think that's it right there. I think the rest is okay. So that's in bundle number 2, a yard of that. Here's another piece of that really delicate lace with that you can weave ribbon through. It's 40 inches long and 1 1/4 inch wide. So that one's more than a yard of that one. Another crocheted piece. This one is 42 inches long by 3/4 of an inch wide. There's only a slight bit of age staining on this one. I don't think there's any damage. I don't see any. So there's a yard of that. A very small piece of this, but it is exquisite. I love this kind of lace. It's only 12 inches long, and it is 2.5 inches wide, and there's a very small stain right there. Love this. It's got the little bit of over cording around the design. Beautiful. Those are my favorite ones, I think. This piece is 23 inches long, and it is 3 inches wide. Oops, I guess you can't really see it that way, can you? Pretty design. It's probably crochet. White. We're still in bundle 2. This is 24 inches long. I believe this is a bobbin lace. It is a dark beige color. Pretty scallop design. This is 1 3/4 inches wide. That's in bundle number 2. This one I'm almost positive is a bobbin lace. It is 25 inches long, and it's 2 inches wide, white. I'm going to see the detail on this one. It has like these I don't think it comes off. Well, yeah, it does. You can see that's separate stitching right in these crosses. That's very pretty. Another white piece of lace. This is 23 inches long by 2.5 inches wide. There's a detail on this one. This one is soft. I don't see any damage on this one. Still on bundle number 2. 18 inches of this delicate crochet, and it is 3/4 of an inch wide. Here's another exquisite one. It's a very short piece. It's only about 10 inches long from there to there, but look at the detail in that. The fine stitches going around the circular parts, and these are, I'm not sure how those are made, but they're little like balls of thread. I don't know if I can, oh yeah, there, I can come in a little closer. See the detail on that. I love these two. I kept a piece of this for my collection. And then finally a tatted piece. This is 40 inches long, and it's probably about not even 1/2 inch, I don't think. But that's the detail on the tatted piece. All of these have a piece of tatting, all the bundles. So that was bundle number 2. Moving on to bundle number 3. It has this large crocheted piece. It is 27 inches long. Has almost a Greek key kind of pattern in it. It's 3 inches wide. This one does have some age staining on it, so you might want to coffee stain this, or if that doesn't bother you, especially for your vintage projects. So there's a piece of that. Good size piece. There's a piece of this bobbin lace. It's white. It's 38 inches long, so a little bit more than a yard of this one. And that's the detail on this one. I didn't see any damage on this one. Here's another crocheted piece. This one is all hearts strung together. This one does have some staining on it. You can see some there, some there. There's a couple of pieces of staining on this one, but the hearts are, how much of this is there? 45 inches, so you've got a good length of it. That's in lot 3. Here's another piece that somebody started and intended, I think. It even has a little piece of the crochet thread still attached to it where they left off. There's a little bit of staining on the age staining on this. It is 28 inches long and it's 1.5 inches wide. So that piece is in bundle 3. You've got this, let's see, 46 inches of this cream colored, almost Venice, looks like a Venice lace with cream ribbon running through it, satin ribbon running through it. There is one joined piece right here where it had been joined, but the overall length is 46 inches. It's 1 inch wide. Another crocheted piece, white, with this pretty kind of fan pattern. It is 36 inches long, so you've got a yard of it, and 3/4 inches wide. This bundle also has 2 pieces of that first one that I started off with at the very beginning. 1 yard, 2 1-yard pieces of this lace here. It's about 1.25 inches wide. You have some really dainty little, I think this one is Valencian lace. Let's see if oh, come on. I think when I go down too fast, it won't focus. Very pretty. This one is 21 inches, no, 1 yard. This one is a yard, 1/2 inch wide. So you've got that dainty one. You've got this dainty one that's 21 inches wide, and it's about 3/4 inch. Very pretty. You also have another, this is a longer piece. This is probably a Valencian lace as well. This one is 46 inches wide, long by 3/4 inch. Already that beautiful tea-stained color. And then finally in this bundle is some tatting. This piece is 34 inches wide. It's I think this is the same as the last one I showed you. So the tatted piece. That was bundle number 3. And finally, bundle number 4 starts off with this large, another piece of the what looked like a Greek key design. It is 28 inches long by 3 inches wide, in really good condition. I don't see any staining on it or any damage. There is, I'm not sure if this is crochet or a bobbin. I think this might be a bobbin lace. It is 32 inches long by 1 1/4 inches wide. It has a little bit of damage along the top. It was probably removed from a garment at some point. Oh, there's a little bit of damage there too. I think for the most part it's in good shape. So that's in bundle 4. This one here looks really old, very detailed. I don't know if you can see all the stitches. Look at those little tiny stitches up in there. And this is all stitched as well. You see all the threads going back and forth. It's a short piece. It's only about 14 inches long by 2 inches wide, but it sure is pretty. That's in bundle 4. Here's another piece of my favorite type of lace. It's already that beautiful tea stain color. It has the kind of over cording running around the design. This piece is 1 yard long, so you got a yard of this one. There's a little bit of damage, but for the most part, let me see if there's any more. It's in really good condition. So that's in bundle number 4. Love those. This one may be more current. It's white. It is 21 inches wide and 21 inches long by 2 inches wide, and that's the pattern in it. This one is gorgeous. I love this one. I started to keep it for myself, but then I said, no, I can't keep everything. I wish I could. I'm running out of room. But this is a pretty mocha color, and it's that, I'm not sure what kind of lace this is. I think it's a bobbin lace. I'm not sure. It may be Valencian, but it has this pretty scallop pattern. It is 39 inches long, so you have a little bit more than a yard of it, and it's 2 3/4 inches wide at the widest point. It is stunning. I love that one. Also is some eyelet. This is 23 inches long by 2.5 inches wide. Pretty eyelet pattern. This is in perfect condition. We have another length of this white lace. It's 29 inches long by 2.5 inches wide. There's a pretty design in it. Very soft. Almost like a fabric. Another piece of crochet. It's 39 inches long, so you got more than a yard of this one. And it is a cream color. It is 1 inch wide. Oh, come on, focus. That's the pattern in that one. You have a small dainty one in this. It's only 18 inches long and 1/2 inch wide. Oh, I don't know why my camera is not focusing like it used to. It's almost like a, I don't know, like a chenille. It's dimensional. Very pretty. And then finally, in bundle number 4, there's a piece of tatting that is a beige or almost a light brown color. It is 52 inches long, and that's the pattern of it. It's all kind of crinkled up right now. Probably should have tried to press it down a little bit, but that's the pattern right there. So I'm sorry this video has taken so long, but I just wanted you to see the beautiful detail in these laces. They speak to me from the past when I see these and I hold them in my hands. It's just I love them. I've started a collection now of some of the older vintage ones. If you are interested in any of these bundles, as always, the instructions on how to order are in the description box below. And that's all I have for today. I'm not sure what I'm going to do this weekend, if it's going to be lace or more wedding dress stuff. I have a lot of both, so I'll have to see what I have time to put together. But definitely more this weekend. Bye for now.